Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Learning Hub. I'm Saket, and in today's video we are diving deep into one of the most essential languages for developing web applications, which is JavaScript. Have you ever wondered why JavaScript is so popular? Well, the fact is 80% of websites on internet are built using JavaScript. Firstly, what is actually JavaScript, guys? Well, JavaScript is versatile and a high level programming language which is also one of the core technologies of web, and it is also abbreviated as JS. JavaScript is often just-in-time compiled language that conforms to ECMAScript standard. Are you guys thinking what actually mean by this just-in-time compiled language? Well, just-in-time compilation is a hybrid approach which combines both aspects of compiled language and an interpreted language. In this hybrid approach, we have got three main phases, which you can see here. The first phase is initial interpretation. Well, in this phase, when JavaScript engine initially identifies the source code, it actually interprets it. So this makes the code to be executed immediately after writing the code without waiting for whole source code to be compiled. The second phase is profiling phase. In this phase, the JavaScript engine actually identifies which parts of the code are executed frequently, and it obtains its performance data. And the third phase is on-the-fly compilation process. And in this phase, using the profiling data, JavaScript engine going to identify the sections of the code which are executed frequently, and these sections are then be executed to optimized mission code on the fly, such that the code will be executed much faster than the interpreted code. You have seen how just-in-time compilers works with JavaScript. So now let's explore some basic core concepts of JavaScript, guys. So firstly, variables. What are variables? Variables are nothing but the data storages. For every programming language, variables are data storages, and we can also manipulate these variables. So firstly, in JavaScript, these variables can be declared using three keywords. They are var, let, and const. Each keyword is having its own characters. So firstly, let's declare the variables using var keyword. Let me open up my VS Code editor. Okay guys, let's declare a variable using var keyword. Var a is equals to 10. Okay, and let me write this function also. Function sum var c is equals to a plus b. Okay, where b is equals to 40. Return c console dot log of sum. So let me explain this code, guys. So first variable, this is called as global variable. So variables declared with var are global scoped if they are declared outside of the function, and if they are declared inside a function, they are function scoped. So this variable here, as it is declared outside of the function, this is called as global variable, and these var c and var b, these both variables are function scoped variables. These are also called as local variables, and these variables can also be hosted. Variables which are declared using var keyword will be function scoped and global scoped. As I have already told, here var b and c are function scoped, and var a is a global scope. And the next concept is hosting. Hosting is nothing but, guys, we can use these variables before their declaration. You see here, console dot log of a. I have already used this variable before its declaration. Okay, after I have used this variable, I have declared here. So this concept is called as hosting in JavaScript. So if we try to run this code, we will get an undefined. You can see here I got an undefined. This is because the variables which are declared using var can be hosted at the top of the program. As I have already used this variable before its initialization, this variable will be automatically considered as undefined variable in JavaScript. And the third concept is redeclaration. We can also redeclare the variable in the same scope where a is equals to 20, console dot log a. Let me cancel this and this whole code. If we try to run this code now, we'll get 20. So the concept of redeclaration can be allowed using var, in var variables. And now let's declare the variable using let keyword. The variables declared with let are block scoped, which means that variables are accessed within the block and not outside of it. So for example, let a is equals to 20. Okay, and function function okay, test let b is equals to 30, return b. Okay, now if I try to access this b from outside of the function, it will throw an error which is a reference error. So let me show you, console dot log b. If I try to run this, you can see here I have got a reference error, b is not defined. First feature of the let keyword is its scope, which is a block scope. That means these variables can be called only when it is in the same block. If they are in another block, we cannot access those variables like this. And the next concept is hosting. So the variables which are declared using let keyword cannot have the concept of hosting. If I try to access the variables before its declaration, like var keyword, console dot log of a, it will get an error. You can see here, cannot access here before initialization. Okay, there is no concept of hosting. And the third concept is redeclaration. Well, there is no concept of even redeclaration here. If I try to redeclare the variable let a is equals to 30, it will give me a syntax error. See, for example, eh, yeah, identifier a has already been declared, whereas in var keyword the redeclaration can be done in the same scope. So here in the same scope, the redeclaration is not possible. This is the difference between var and let keywords, guys. Let's declare the variables using const keyword. Okay, const a is equals to 20. Now these are also same as let keyword. The scope of this const keyword is same as let keyword, which is block scope. Okay, and there is also no concept of hosting also. If I try to access these variables, this const variable, console dot log a, it will also throw me an error, cannot access before initialization. You can see here. And now these are also block scoped. If true, const pi is equals to 3.14. Okay, if I try to access this pi, console.log pi outside of the function, outside of the block, this is block scope. I used the variable outside of this block, if block. If I try to access this, you can see here pi is not defined, and there is even no concept of hosting, and redeclaration cannot be done in the same block. If I try to redeclare a is equals to 30, this throws me an error. You can see here, cannot redeclare block scoped variable. If we run this, I got a syntax error saying that identifier has a has already been declared. That is redeclaration. And there is one more concept in const, using of const keyword, guys. There is one more concept in const keyword, guys, which is immutability. These values cannot be changed, but if it is an object, it can be changed. Here, these values cannot be reassigned if they are not objects or arrays, which is also called as immutability. But we can remove this immutability in JavaScript when we use const keyword and the variable as an object. If we see here, const list is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We can redeclare the variables in list keyword. See, for example, list of 0 is equals to 2. Console dot log of list. If we try to run this, we can see here 2, 2, 3, 4, which means the variable which at 0th index is redeclared as 2. Okay, the objects in JavaScript can be redeclared when they are declared using const keyword. Okay, so this is how we declare the variables in JavaScript, guys. And in next session we're going to explore the in-depth data types in JavaScript. That's it for today's session, guys. I hope you found this video helpful and learned something new today. If you did, please take a moment to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content. And don't forget to click on the bell icon so you'll never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in next video. Happy coding.